So I wanted to tell everyone a little trick I learned recently while dealing with Amazon seller support. I've dealt with them a lot in the past, and typically I don't like to talk to them on the phone because you end up getting nowhere most of the time. Because the first person you talk to is almost like a gatekeeper for where your problem lies. And the first case you send in, if you have a problem with Amazon seller support or that needs seller support, always ends up going to just like the general help people. And then if it's like a listing problem or a brand registry problem, they will allocate your case to them in that case. But they usually want to keep you on the phone, sometimes depending on your problem, if it's actually a problem, over 20-30 minutes just to ensure that they're correct. So to get around that, when you first call in, and if you already know what the problem is, like for example, say if I was recently having a problem and I still am having this problem because they couldn't freaking help me, my listing was being charged 15%, even though it's under $15 and in grocery and gourmet food, so it's supposed to be 8%. So after I went over $10, it started charging me 15%, and it's because it actually thinks that I'm in the dietary supplements category, even though we're not. It's some problem with Amazon system, and none of them know how to fix it. So I kept getting transferred over. I knew I had to go to the catalog team, so I called in and I just said, "Listen," like right when they answered, I said, "Listen, I need you to send me the catalog team. Like this is a problem. I've called in multiple times before. They always send me the catalog team. Just please send me. Just do that." And usually they'll just do that because they don't want to deal with you anyway. Anyway, so regarding the same exact problem that I was having, the catalog team weren't doing anything for me. They didn't fix it. It kept saying they would fix it, and it never changed the category type. So because I was having this problem, I had sent in and had the case closed and then reopened and closed and reopened and closed and reopened 3 times. Okay, and I did this before and I didn't realize it at the time. But on my 3rd reopening, I got, when I called in, an Amazon seller support agent from the US, and it was obvious because they spoke complete clear English and she was very nice and helpful, actually did something for me. I at least they actually tried to do something for me. So this happened again on the 3rd time, called in, and I got a US seller support agent. So it made me realize that this is the way Amazon sets up their seller support customer service. If you want to talk to a US agent from Amazon that will help you, you need to send in your case. You'll end up getting sent to someone from an international person. If you're this is by calling, okay? So if you're calling in, then you'll end up sent to an international person who most likely won't be helpful. And whatever your problem is, go through that. And then when they say they answered the case when it really obviously wasn't answered, reopen it and wait for it to be closed again because they're going to say it's answered again when it's not. Reopen it one more time, and then when you call in that time, you'll get a U.S. sales support representative. This is very helpful for me because now if I'm having any problems, I don't worry about trying to get it, because I know that eventually the people that get my problem, they're not going to be able to help me the first time, but I'm going to eventually talk to someone that will try to help me. So just keep on it. That's why I think a lot of people don't realize it when they're doing it, because they're having so many problems. They're not focused on the seller support agent. They just want help. And so when they get a US agent, they're just so grateful. But that is the key, to reopen it 3 times and definitely call in. Because I noticed also after this happened that the only US agent you get is that gatekeeper, right? So when you first call in, that gatekeeper is just the US agent now, but they can try to help you a lot more. They know a lot more about the Amazon system. But if you have a problem like with the catalog team or the brand registry, they still have to transfer you over there, which those will be international agents. And in that case, as soon as I was transferred over, they couldn't help me again. So, that's something to be cognizant of. With this whole problem that I was having with my product being charged the incorrect referral fees, it still hasn't been fixed, even though it said it was fixed 4 times. And we know the problem now. That US agent helped me a lot, told me that the product type was off, even though the group type was grocery and gourmet food. And what originally happened was I created a listing in created a listing in dietary supplements by accident, and Amazon immediately fixed that. And this was like over a year and a half ago. But no matter that they fixed that, if I ever went over $10, it changed to 15% referral fee, which is the dietary supplements category. So this is kind of my fault, but I got all these reviews on this product. I didn't want to lose it. So now I'm just going to make a brand new listing and then make it a variation and then use a newer version of that. That will help. But yeah, if you have a case, if you've opened a case like multiple times and it's a problem with a listing or something and Amazon's system just isn't changing, just make a new listing. You know, I mean, you might be able to keep the reviews by making it a variation or something and just, I don't know, leaving the other one out of stock or saying it's a new version. Whatever you got to do. Like you can actually make a variation and then also create a new, say that variation is a new version of the first product. So it can be a variation and a new version. So if you can do that, you can kind of keep your reviews. Just a little helpful tip.